I can't wait for people to get their way. Context. Back when I was a police officer, this isn't an old war story, this is providing context. Back when I was a police officer in the city of Detroit, we had this thing called community policing. Basically, they wanted the citizens to get engaged with the Detroit Police Department within the 4th Precinct. Now it's the Southwest District. So they said, well, we want narcotics enforcement. We want traffic enforcement heavy in these areas. We want people to be able to feel safe. Now, all that was okay until they sent us in. So, for example, we had a pretty hotbed in Detroit, Michigan. Livernois, and I want to say Warren Avenue. Anyway, in the area, and Livernois and Michigan area, and a couple other hot spots for traffic. Now, as some may know, I was a traffic enforcement officer, worked in special operations. I was responsible for all the investigations, reconstruction of fatal accidents, critical accidents, major property damage, the real high-speed stuff in the afternoon for the city of Detroit. Now, I'm trying to make this context short so you can keep it in your mind for a second. So at one of the community meetings, my inspector, the person that's number 2 in charge of my precinct, he went to a meeting and he was told, we need traffic enforcement in this specific area. We need you to send your officers in and slow down traffic and make sure that our children can play in the street safely. And my inspector then, I'll never forget this, because it was said to me by the commander, the number 1, and also my platoon lieutenant, said, I don't know if you really want that, because that means we write everybody. If you want strict enforcement, if you want 100% enforcement on the law, and it obviously still be to the officer's discretion, so I can let people go. I didn't, but I can let people go. Then you can have that, but you're not going to like it. A couple of weeks later, several citizens came back in, blaming or accusing me of racism, accusing me of targeting Latinos, which, by the way, I worked in the highest concentration of Latinos in the city of Detroit, and actually mostly in Michigan. It was just, that's how I learned to speak Spanish like I do, because that's what was around me. So it was really cool to me that they asked for it, and then they got it, and then all of a sudden it was too much. Like, can you call him off? That word was used. Why does he hate Latinos so bad? Does he have a problem with our people? That was a real thing that was asked. They tried to put complaints against me because I was literally doing my job. Now, you may say, how are you doing your job? Maybe you were being rough with them. I had 2 complaints, almost back to back. They said I didn't talk to them. I said exactly what was legally required of me. I pulled you over for usually speeding, my police license, license, registration, proof of insurance. When I got back to the car, you have 21 days to contact the court. The number of information is on the back, or if you want to pay the ticket, the information for payment, mailing it in, or going in and paying it in person is on the back. That's all I said. They want to discuss it, so on and so forth. But Greg, were you not doing your job? Didn't they ask for it? They did ask for it, ASK. Sometimes I have a problem with saying that, but they did ask for it, but they didn't understand that was going to come at the expense of about 100 tickets a day. I'll say it again. This is just me. When they did the tabulation report, they didn't understand. They couldn't, like, how is one officer doing this? But then they'll see me at work. 100 citations a day. And I knew, like, now I know the law, so I'll pop out the tickets. And even people that have been to court with me, like senior officers, like, first of all, I get my own courtroom when I go to court. I'm there all day, usually from 8 in the morning to 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because of the amount of people trying to fight it. The judges get to know me, and they know I'm not going to lie. What does this context mean? People want the government, federal government, to deport people. Now, this is not a pro-Trump or anti-Trump, but again, context for you. President Obama deported more immigrants than anyone before him. So everything President Trump is doing, and the reason he's able to do it this time with the order he just put out, is because he's doing it the right way. He's basically just carrying on what Obama was doing. Maybe punching it up a bit because he's increasing the number of ICE agents, but he's doing the same thing. I want them to deport every single illegal alien. I need them to. I think you all should want it to also. So then all the people that complain about these illegal aliens taking our job and committing crimes, then they have nobody to complain to. Let's hope that they do their job effectively. I know it's not reality that we will be able to actually accomplish this, but let's hope they round up every single illegal alien, and the precedent they have set up, the lawbreakers, the people that have been deported multiple times. Let's hope they get all of those people out, because that means no one has an excuse for crime to be committed because we all just get along, right? No one has an excuse for jobs to be taken up because you're going to take your ass out in the field and pick strawberries down in southern Texas and make sure that your barely minimum wage job that won't pay benefits because you won't get 40 hours of work, but you will work long ass days. You're going to do that for the illegal immigrants. You're also going to hire more expensive nannies for all these upper echelon or higher earning people. Let's hope that President Trump does this effectively, because then you don't have a fucking excuse to blame anybody for your failings. The jobs are scarce in some areas. For example, Walmart is statistically, this is just statistics, and you know how that can shift. Statistically, it's harder to get employed by Walmart in some cities than it is to get into Harvard. That's just the way it is. And Walmart is one of the largest employers besides like post office and the military. They're one of the largest employers in our nation. So let's just hope, keep our fingers crossed, President Trump is able to do this, because we want you to do your job until the job brings a whole lot of heat. Keep in mind, the law is not a scalpel. The federal government is not a scalpel. It's a broad sword. Sometimes it acts as a sledgehammer or a mallet, and it hits hard, and it crushes what is in front of it. So when you think it's okay that let's round them all up and let's cheer for it, that's good. I don't think criminals should be in here. I don't think people that didn't wait in line, because I personally know people that did apply for citizenship and go about it the right way. I know it sucks where you are, and I know it's not a real benefit to who, it's not really an American, like proud to be an American thing. I didn't choose it, I was just born here, you know? So I can't really be too proud about something at birth. But what I can say, let's hope that they do their job 100%. Because then there's no fucking excuses for anything. The coal industry, well, all these miners that didn't choose to get educated and didn't choose to branch out, they just chose to work their jobs. They didn't get any technical training, which, by the way, if you can dig coal, you can be a plumber. And it's a reason why plumbers get paid $500, $800 when you call them out, because nobody can fucking do it. Then it's a reason that people are on welfare. Some of them abusing the system. Not as many as some people think, but some of them are abusing the system, yet you choose not to get educated. I was raised partly on welfare. My mother I rode the bus with my mother to school, to a community college, to get her associate's degree. Watch her get her bachelor's and master's while I was pretty much grown. There's no fucking excuse. But let's hope that the federal government takes away the excuses from everybody else. Because if they're gone, then it's the individual's fault that things are fucking sucking. And not the people that came over here looking for a better life, doing the things that we won't do. Have a good night. Also a spoke.
I wanna make sure every one of your dreams will stand. I wanna be a Broadway show.